Back again. Radical Persuasion. Today we're going to go over an email that can help you increase your show up rate if you're doing online events, which is something that's becoming more and more important with all the the world of Zoom and webinars and getting people to do things online. So I'm going to go over mastermind.com here, which is Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. And this was back in February 2020. So again, Radical Persuasion, where we're discovering the psychology and copywriting secrets behind great offers. Quick about me, I'm a direct response copywriter and growth strategist. I help businesses in these markets here using mostly these methods: email, landing pages, and sales letters, VSLs. So if you want to learn about working with me or to get a free video training, go ahead and just visit my website and I'll hook it up. All right. So mastermind.com is a info product business that teaches people how to take their knowledge and create courses and create online content that they can sell. So this is the email I got right after I opted into their list, and this was the subject line: live training. Your spot is reserved. Must see details inside. So before I get into this email specifically, I mean, their timing on this could not have been better. They had, one of the biggest. I don't know who keeps these records or where these records are, but I think they had a record-breaking event where they had a few 100,000 people on the call or something like that. I don't remember the exact numbers, but basically their KBB method, which is I think they're saying knowledge broker business or knowledge business brokers. Basically, where they're trying to create the understanding that you can profit from what you know. So you take someone who, let's say they had a 25 year career doing whatever. Let's say it was as a real estate agent. If they were, one of the best real estate agents, they really know their stuff, they can take what they know, create an online course to try to train the next up and coming real estate agents and create another business for themselves, another source of revenue that will allow them to basically sell their knowledge and do it all online. So that was their basic pitch. And the timing could not have been better on this. As soon as March 2020 hit, this type of stuff became more important than ever. It was, if you need any reason to believe that the world was already trending in a certain direction before 2020 happened, this is it. The event that the online event that they held was on the 27th of February, so right before everything really went down. And as people are starting to realize now, this stuff is really important. So anyways, let's get into the copy. So subject line: live training. Your spot is reserved. So obviously, one of the most important parts of an email is the subject line. Catching people's attention and getting them to open. If people don't open the email, just doesn't happen. One thing I might have considered doing if I was them is, as you can see, they've got my name here. So, I might have put the first name in the subject line. It's always powerful when someone sees their own name anywhere, and subject line always helps. Some people don't have the name because they just want the opt-in process to be easier. So on the front end, they would want, just the email, because if people have to do their name and then their email and then their phone number, like the more things you ask of somebody, the less likely it is that they'll opt in. But in this case, they did ask me and I did give it. It got me to open anyways. As you can see, except for this picture, it looks like a basic regular email, which is the kind of thing that is, of course, it doesn't look like your average email, but it's not flashy. There's not a lot of pictures. There's not a lot of, really corporate-looking marketing things inside, and a lot of the trends of what's working in email comes down to an email looking basically like it's from a friend or from a colleague. But with a massive brand that Tony Robbins has, Dean Graziosi has, Russell Brunson, and then I didn't know Jenna Kutcher before this, but I guess she's really big on social media as well. throwing in a picture with these faces is, they're playing to their strengths, the assets that they have, which is these enormous online brands. So I think this is a great idea. And I'm sure if I click this, it'll take me through to the page as well. So they make it clickable. So, hey, Mike, Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi here with a big congratulations and a next few steps. First, we can't express how excited we are for February 27th. This is truly a once-a-year break the internet live online training designed to help you discover the incredible KBB method that has touched 24,000 lives in 150 countries in the last 10 months alone. So, right off the bat, congratulating someone is always powerful. So, a congratulations versus a thank you. So, if you say thank you for registering for this event, it's kind of nice, but a congratulations makes a person feel like they've accomplished something already, and you're kind of giving them that mental reward of having done something great, and now you are in a position with these next few steps to do to continue this success and to position them as, like, congratulations, you are going to be with us for this live event. And it's very, 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 very subtle, because they don't come off as like, hey, we're going to teach you and you should be lucky to have this opportunity. The tone of this is very collaborative, which is important, because the congratulations is a very subtle way of saying, like, hey, we're the authorities, we're the experts, you're going to learn from us, but guess what, like, this is going to be our mission together to get this done. So it's a good way to position yourself as an authority, but while also keeping it exciting, collaborative, and not like you're talking down to someone. Cool. And because we are so excited to see you on the 27th, this is a very important email for you to read right now. And by the way, you see, like, there's some words that are just all caps. In copywriting, like, your fourth grade English teacher is not going to come out of the woodwork and give you a bad grade or a reprimand if you do things like this. It's the more conversational the tone is, and the more that people really understand the important things you want them to understand, you can do whatever you'd like to make sure that they get the gist. And doing all caps or bold, as you see here, is a good way to catch people's attention, versus just like one block of all the same font. It gets a little too much. Even this email itself, as I'm scrolling through, like, I would even consider breaking these up into single lines, or lines that are 2 lines instead of paragraphs like this. But it's just helps with readability, helps with getting people focused on what's important. So just as a reminder, here are event details. It says when, where, host, guest, and what's the topic. So hosts and guests, obviously, big personal brands. This lends a lot of credibility to the event. So, there's a lot of people who know who these people are, know the names. And if they don't know, then their friends who invite them to come along and go on this, see this webinar, will tell them. So any sort of credibility you have, any brand that you have, you can leverage it in subtle ways. Where it said this link will turn into our private training room on the 27th. So there's a little bit of exclusivity here. It's private, right? It's a break the internet live online training. So it's like you're getting this training to benefit you. There's going to be an offer at the end, but as positioning it as a training and really delivering on that, really providing value, will make that valuable to someone. And it's exclusive. It's live. It's going to be cool. It's kind of like an event. A lot of people in their lives have gotten invitations to things, weddings, graduations, where you get a card in the mail that talks about something like this, and it says when, where. It's very fancy, and it makes you feel a little bit special. And the private training room adds to that. It's like it's the I always call it the nightclub effect. It's that, it's exclusivity, it's status, it's being on the inside, it's knowing something that other people don't know. These are all things that people desire to have. And then topic, come discover the KBB method that teaches you to tap into a life of true purpose, passion, impact, and success in the self-education industry. So this is cool. Calling something the KBB method here. I don't think they list out what the actual acronym is. Yeah. And that's by design, because there's a lot of reason in copywriting to use something that's called a mechanism, which is people automatically will be interested in something and conversely ignore something if that, so on the if they're interested on that side, it's usually because something is new, unique, cool, fun. And on the flip side, it's like if they see something that they think they've seen before, then they'll be like, oh, forget about it. I know that, or I tried that, or someone I know tried that and it didn't work. So instead of saying, hey, come discover how to, sell your consulting online as a business, which is essentially what this is, they call it the KBB method. Because if someone's, if you use something as general as, become an online consultant, then there's maybe a lot of people that will turn you off after hearing that, even if you have all these great things going for you, like these strong brands. But turning something into a mechanism makes it, positions it in a different way in the mind of a prospect that makes it new and novel, and that will keep someone's attention much, much longer. And then it's always, the spotlight is always on the reader. It's about giving you a life of purpose, passion, impact, and success in the self-education industry. And this is also kind of a little bit of curiosity inducing. To keep attention a little more, the self-education industry. Someone might not quite know what that is. That could, cause them to want to learn more. So as for what's next, here's how you can truly take advantage of this training. And how you can truly take advantage of this training. Here's what we recommend. First, add us to your contact list so you can continue to get our emails as we get closer to the 27th. If using Gmail, you find an email in the promotions tab, make sure you drag it into the primary tab. So this is, I'll read the second one because it's doing the same thing. Second, if you have Facebook, like 2.4 billion other people, I'm not sure why they included that, but and you want to be reminded about your exclusive pre-event trainings and get an insane welcome bonus from us, then click here now to join our VIP messenger list and get this bonus sent immediately. Don't miss this. So both 1 and 2 are basically trying to set the stage and ensure that someone will continue to get their communication for a long time to come. So, if you host an online webinar like this, there's definitely going to be a large percentage of people that never show up. A certain percentage of that group of people will catch the replay. Another percentage of those people will stay on the email list for a long time to come, and then, over time be exposed to new offers, different messages that, people want to continue to nurture their email list with. And so, right here, they're hedging their bets against someone, against all future emails disappearing, and the person, things going to spam and things ending up in a promotions tab where, they don't get notifications on their phone, or they don't see it on their desktop in the future for future offers and reminders about the event. And then, Facebook Messenger too. So Messenger apps are also a big trend in marketing because it's a little more conversational. You can ask people questions. You can give them quizzes that gives you more information about them as a prospect, and it's a little bit less friction than a lot of other ways of getting in touch with people. So they're trying to also get people onto their Facebook Messenger list so that they can get a little more personalized, a little more feel of like a friend is texting them through their Messenger list. And this is good. So if you have Facebook, like 2.4 billion other people, I don't know why they included this. I don't think it really adds to the persuasive messaging, but I think maybe what they were thinking here is like a bandwagon effect. Like, oh, well, if you don't have Facebook, that's kind of weird. You should get it, and you should be, subscribed to our messenger list. Maybe they included this because their potential buyers of Mastermind, they are all over the world. So, like maybe they just can't assume that this is a American receiving this, and that maybe other countries Facebook isn't as prevalent. Maybe that's it. And again, exclusive pre-event trainings. So touching again on the fact that this is exclusive, it's private, this is going to give you status, and this is an event. So events are just, they in and of themselves carry a little bit of excitement, a little bit of adrenaline, because it's a one-time thing. It's happening. You're either there or you're not, and you don't want to miss out. It's a fear of missing out. At the end of the day, this is like a webinar. It's someone sitting on the computer watching the screen, but positioning it as an event can shift the perception in the mind of your prospect or your reader to look at it and associate the same sort of connotations that they would get, going to a party or a conference or a wedding, a dinner party, things like that. So it takes out the kind of stuffy business feel of calling it a webinar, and instead creates a different sort of mindset for someone going in that might be a little bit more open versus closed off to listening to an offer. And of course, this is important, an insane welcome bonus from us. I did not opt into the messenger list. So, but it's good to, if you really want to build this, this asset, then it's important to give people incentives to take that extra step. If someone's reading this email, they're like, okay, I get this email. Why would I care about, going on a messenger? Giving them an incentive, which I'm guessing they probably gave them a free ebook or something for doing it. It's always important to incentivize people to do things that are anything besides not doing the easiest possible thing. The easiest possible thing is ignoring this email to start with. So the fact that they're opening it up and they're reading this far, you gotta incentivize to do things that are not easy, even if it sounds easy, and get this bonus immediately. So fast, we're gonna give you this fast. Don't miss this. This is a bonus. Positioning it as a bonus is a great idea too. It's like an added value that they're getting just for reading the email. And before I move on, just like kind of not really a copywriting thing, but just a marketing thing. A lot of people are liking Messenger apps, so whether that's on Facebook or other Messenger apps, because for the reason that they sent this first email, or this first step, which is that there's not too many spam filters in Messenger, so the deliverability is a lot higher in Messenger apps too if you've got a list. So that's another reason. So third, set a reminder on your phone, on your computer, and on your calendar to remind you that 27th, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, so that it doesn't slip your mind in this crazy busy world. So they're saying, a half an hour early. It's basically just saying like, hey, set a reminder. If you can do this, that would be great. I think there are some types of webinar registration. I don't know if they used it for this one. I'm sure there is, where it automatically will put a calendar invite or a calendar event on your calendar as soon as you register. So I'm not sure. Maybe just for whatever reason they're just either they did that or they didn't do it for some technical reason, and now they're just saying like make sure you remind yourself because things get lost through the cracks. Lastly, be on the lookout for more emails from Tony and Dean so you don't miss any important updates about the 27th. So this is just a little reminder and a little bit of a softening the blow of preparing to receive more emails. So someone just registers for this event. And then they're like, okay, great. And then life happens, and then 3 days later, they're getting like 4 or 5 more emails from these guys. And like, with a short attention span, people might kind of forget what happened or like why they're now getting emails from Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. So they're kind of like saying, by the way, we're going to be sending you some more emails. And these emails are not us pitching to you or marketing to you. These are important updates about the 27th, about the event day. So, so that also is positioning further emails as, oh, well, there's going to be more updates. This email had a bonus in it. Maybe those emails will have bonuses in them. These are some of the things that could be going through someone's mind as they're reading that. And I think they include it because they want to still kind of create this more buzz, this hype, this like, oh, this is going to be a big event. We're going to be sending you guys stuff. Our team is on top of it. It's creating a feeling of this is big. This is going to be something huge, which is, something that creates, more attention when someone's reading. And then just, making sure that someone knows that, so that once they start to get their inbox with these things, that they're not angry, basically. So again, Mike, this is going to be a special night. Not only are you going to be surrounded with other like-minded go-getters like yourself, but you're going to be able to learn not just from us, but from Russell Brunson and Jenna Kutcher as well. This is going to be a full night of education, inspiration, life mastery, and complete and utter fun. So again, touching on the same thing. This is big. This is going to be life-changing for you. The only thing I would have included here is like a little bit of a quick, just even a 1 sentence or 2 sentence bio on Russell Brunson and Jenna Kutcher, just in case some of the people on the list don't know who they are. And then here is something else that they're doing well, which is saying like, you are a go-getter, and you're planting that in the person reading this in their head. So, however they might feel about themselves in the moment, being acknowledged as a go-getter will help them like step into that role subconsciously. And then in this moment, they might be thinking, well, like, oh, well, they think I'm a go-getter. Like, am I a go-getter? Maybe I am. And then to be consistent with that, there's the book Robert Cialdini talks about people want to be consistent in their lives. So this consistency takes you from, if like, well, someone plants a flag and they say, I am this, in their identity, then in the future they won't want to deviate from what they had said that they were earlier. So maybe going to this online event is part of being a go-getter, so they won't want to miss that for fear of being inconsistent. So sure to mark your calendar. Again, a second reminder, mark your calendar, just making sure people really understand that. Be on the lookout for more emails from us, and be there on the 27th for a night you'll never forget. So I think this last email is just like basically wrapping up, summarizing. And that's important because, like, I think if people press send on an email, they think like, oh, everyone's just going to read this, from the beginning to end, like Michael McGovern will do when he's he's doing this on Radical Persuasion. But a lot of people, they'll just like get the email and then they'll just kind of skim. Maybe they'll go down to the bottom. So I think they're just trying to make sure that you understand the important things. Mark your calendar up, look for more emails from us, and be there on the 27th. And you'll never forget it. It's going to be that amazing. And then chat soon with a little exclamation point, Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. So giving it that personal feel. It's not stuffy. It's not business-like. It's not corporate. It's got a very vibrant, friendly type of tone. And, some people, maybe some people, their first time ever being exposed to online marketing, online events, and signing off with the names of the heads of the company is powerful. People like personal connection to the owners of the business, especially if they're the reason that they're involved in the event. So that's it. There's a few more emails after this one that came through that were basically reminder emails. I think there was one in between this point and the actual day of the event. I don't remember exactly what was in that one. Let's see here. Live tonight. No, yeah, it was just that one. So, and then you'll notice on on the 27th, they sent one in the morning, they sent one 2 hours before the event, and then they sent one 1 minute, maybe it was 1 minute. Let's see, what was it? Let's take a look. What time was it? 4:31. Yeah, because like a half an hour before. So I won't dive into this one, but you know, even if someone really, really wants to go and check out something, like they said in the first email, you know, life does get in the way. So making sure that people have the reminders, even if it's 3 emails on one day, which is what they did, that's important because, you know, you want to make sure someone has all the opportunities they can to get in and to understand what you're offering, and there's thousands of things that could get in the way from that. So, you know, and I think you kind of get away with a little bit of extra emails, a little bit of extra points of contact on the day of, because it's like, whoa, this is an event. I can't believe you're not here. You're missing it. You know, imagine in real, you know, in life, in a non 2020 type of world where you like really are missing an event. You forgot and you need to drive there, and you got to park and you got to get inside, or you got to take a plane. All these, you know, missing something like that, it could be, you know, real FOMO, fear of missing out type of feeling. And so I think sending 3 emails in one day, especially if it's like right up to the point, you know, in the morning, you know, a couple hours before, and then like half an hour or even 5 minutes before, right before it's going to start, you're giving people an opportunity not to miss out on that. And you know, I think in general, sending 3 emails in one day, maybe not the best idea, but it could, you know, for an event, things are, I think, a little bit psychologically different for someone, because they're seeing it as you know, a one-time opportunity that they would have, and they don't want to miss out on it. So they could be thanking you, you know, potentially for these little reminders. Cool, that is it. So hope you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you take away some good things. If you've got, you know, a webinar, an event yourself, even just, you know, a meeting, you can throw some of these concepts in your emails to make sure people have a higher show up rate, and that could obviously lead to more sales and more engagement. So I hope you enjoyed this one, Radical Persuasion. If you want to learn about working with me, go ahead and just visit my website right here, michaeljmcgovern.com, and you can book a call. All right, talk to you soon.